Forget tree planting, peat bogs are where it's at. Peat bogs only cover about 3% of the Earth's surface. That being said, they contain more carbon than all of Earth's forests combined. They are amazing for fighting back against climate change. Despite their value in the fight back against climate change, in England alone, we've lost more than 94% of all of our peatlands, and they need our help. So what is a peatland? Well, in Britain, most bogs are dominated by this group of mosses here, the sphagnum mosses. Because these bogs, these peatlands are so wet, the vegetation continues to grow without properly breaking down, forming a brown sludge filled with carbon known as peat. The word carnivore often conjures images of lions and tigers, but when someone says the word to me, I picture something very different. It might surprise you to learn that we have about 13 species of carnivorous plants in the UK. However, a large number of those 13 carnivorous plants have declined with the loss of many of our peatlands, just like the Great Sundew, which is an endangered species in England. That being said, the tides are turning. Many of our peatlands that have been degraded are being restored, and I'm hoping to contribute towards some of that restoration by reintroducing the Endangered Great Sundew. So I've just arrived through the entrance at this secret location in Cheshire, where after detailed suitability assessment and consent from Natural England and Cheshire Wildlife Trust, I'm able to reintroduce this spectacular endangered plant. Now, this reintroduction actually forms one of many that I'm lucky enough to undertake as part of a conservation initiative called the North-West Rare Plant Initaitive, which I run with support from Chester Zoo and the Wildlife Trust. The Great Sundew went extinct in Cheshire about 100 years ago now, thanks to a combination of both habitat loss and degradation, including this site, which was heavily degraded. However, since then, considerable management and restorative work by the Wildlife Trust has restored this bog into pristine condition. So here is the Great Sundew release site. So here we are on the Great Sundew release site. Isn't it just beautiful? So what I'm going to do now is quite simply put the plants in the ground. I've brought with me around 15 plants today, where although it doesn't sound like much, each individual is able to produce hundreds of seeds. I'll also be bringing a few more plants later on in the year to reinforce this reintroduced population. So let's put them in. So that's it for today, and the Great Sundew is back in Cheshire after over 100 years of absence. Needless to say, I've got my fingers tightly crossed for this reintroduction to be a massive success, so that in years to come people can admire the Great Sundew in Cheshire once again.